Hello students, a very good morning to you. Dear students, today I want to tell you something. You are not taking your studies seriously. Beta, please take it seriously because this will help you in your future. If you let this time to go, then it will be very impossible for you to cover all the syllabus. Because the 11th class syllabus is the base for class 12. And if some of you have the aim to achieve aims or NEET, means they want to qualify aims or NEET, then they have to study all the lines and all the chapter thoroughly. If you will do like what I am telling you, then there will be no one to stop to reach the goal and you can achieve your success. So dear students, please take this advice seriously and use it in your life. Every day you do what the teacher teach you and practice it again and again. As we have told you, if we ask us questions, then we will never deny this. We always ready to clear your concept, to take your queries and problems. So my dear students, take it seriously, and today we will continue a new unit, that is human physiology, and this is already you have studied in class 10 and this is the next step after class 10 about the different type of human physiology like human digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, nervous system, endocrine system, then muscular movement, skeletal system. All these we will study in human physiology. As you know that in our yesterday's class we have completed plant physiology, and you know that chapter 15 is deleted from your syllabus. That's why we skip to our next unit, that is unit 5th, human physiology. And in this unit we will study all the chapters, all the human physiology as chapters. But in class 10 you have studied like digestion as a topic, means in life process digestion as a topic, respiration as a topic. But in class 11 we will study these topics as a chapter. So here you can gain more knowledge about all these human physiology. So first means the chapter 16 of human physiology. This unit is human physiology, and the chapter 16 contains about digestion and absorption. So we will understand it in a better way than class 10. So dear students, as we know that the food is the basic need for all living organisms, whether it is plant or animals. And while we are studying about plant physiology, we saw how mineral nutrients are important for plants' growth and development. Today, as we are start our new chapter, that is digestion and absorption, so we must talk about food. Food is the basic requirement of basic need of all animals. And the food contains large amount of different type of nutrients, that is included carbohydrates, protein and fat. So the amount of carbohydrate, protein and fat is fixed in our diet or in all organisms, whether they can talk. Suppose for example like animals. A cow knows how much amount of food to be taken. A crow knows how much amount of food to be taken, which food is to be taken. So that is depending on its body structure or its digestive system. So on the basis of this, as we are studying about human digestive system, so we take different type of food and that food gives us energy after digestion. So how this digestion takes place inside our body and which foods are taken by us in large amount and in small amount. So we take carbohydrate, protein and fat as the major foods in our diet. Why? Because the digestive system of our body is made to digest these foods properly. Clear? So for digestion of these foods, inside our body different type of catalytic reactions are occur. Means we saw different type of catalytic reactions by the help of enzymes. And these enzymes are the non-nutrient chemicals that is secreted from our body, means from our different digestive glands, to help the digestion of food. So we will discuss about that how the metabolic process help us in digestion. So first let's define digestion. This is the process of breakdown of complex food into simpler one by the help of catalyst. Here you can write inside the bracket or in the bracket enzyme. Enzymes are the catalysts which help in the digestion. And as you know, after digestion, absorption occurs. So after digestion, that is taken by our body or absorbed by our body. So the chapter, as you know, that I always explain you about the chapter, what does the chapter contains. So here I explained you what is digestion and what is absorption. So dear students, now let's understand the digestive system. As we are multicellular organism and higher organisms, so we have a well organized digestive system, and that digestive system is consist of alimentary canal, and different type of digestive glands. So the digestive system is consist of alimentary canal and different type of digestive glands. You know that alimentary canal, it starts from mouth and ends at anus. So while we are taking food into the mouth, that food moves from mouth to different parts of the alimentary canal, and at last, after complete digestion, the undigested fecal material is removed from our body through anus. So this will represent the alimentary canal. And during the movement of food and digestion of food, different type of glands are present, digestive glands are present, whose function is to secrete the digestive enzyme which will help us for the metabolism of different type of food. Means some foods get simpler, and again these simpler foods can be used to form complex substances in our body. So let's understand what is alimentary canal consist of. Alimentary canal is consist of mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx. We can take pharynx, mouth, buccal cavity, then your stomach, then small intestine, large intestine, and anus. These are the parts of alimentary canal. And if we see the digestive glands are salivary gland, then your liver, then pancreas. Pancreas, you know, this is called as dual gland. Pancreas, glands of gastric glands of stomach, then intestinal glands, means these glands are present in the intestine, that's why they are called as intestinal glands. So the whole digestive system is consist of alimentary canal and digestive system, means digestive glands. So alimentary canal is consist of mouth, buccal cavity, stomach, small intestine, large intestine. Along with this, we can say after mouth and buccal cavity, esophagus comes. Esophagus is also called as food pipe. Esophagus. Then your stomach, small intestine and large intestine, and at last anus. Again, the digestive glands are salivary gland which secrete salivary amylase, then liver, then pancreas, then gastric glands of stomach, and intestinal glands of small intestine. As we know that we are studying, or you are in class 11, so we will study all this in this whole chapter. So now first we will study about mouth. We will draw the diagram. Let's study about mouth. So what is the function of mouth? Where does it present? How it help us in the digestion of food? Clear? So mouth. You can write mouth is the first part of the digestive system. And we put food into the mouth. Then which parts are present in the mouth? First, inside the mouth, a tongue is present. Inside mouth, tongue is present. Then your teeth. Mouth contains tongue, then teeth, then salivary gland. Tongue help us in the movement of food. Means we will move food by the help of tongue, and it also contains different type of taste buds. So how you define? It helps in the movement of food as well as it contains taste buds. Means due to these buds we can able to identify the different taste of food, whether it is salty, whether it is bitter, whether it is sweet, whether it is chilled. So this is help, or this function is done by the tongue. Next is teeth. As you know, in our mouth there are 32 teeth is present, and these 32 teeth is called as permanent teeth. But in human beings we saw thecodont, or we can say diphyodont. First we will understand what is called as thecodont, but let's see what is diphyodont. As the teeth comes in our mouth twice, once milk teeth and once permanent teeth. That's why we are diphyodont. It means we show teeth, or we bear teeth twice in our mouth. After your birth, after 6 months or 7 months, teeth are come. They are called as milk teeth, and milk teeth are 20 in numbers. Milk teeth are 20 in numbers. Clear? Milk teeth are 20 in numbers, but permanent teeth is 32 in numbers. We have 32 permanent teeth and 20 milk teeth. So thecodont means the arrangement of teeth on the sockets of the jaw of the mouth. So we will define here thecodont. Thecodont. This can be defined as the arrangement of teeth. The arrangement of teeth on the sockets of the jaw inside the mouth. As you know, you have 32 teeth. So the teeth are arranged, and in which they are arranged, they are called as the sockets. You can see here, you can open your mouth and can see these are the sockets in which the teeth are arranged. 16 in the upper jaw and 16 in the lower jaw. This is upper jaw and this is lower jaw. So these teeth are arranged. How they are arranged? In the sockets of the jaw. That's why this type of arrangement is called as thecodont, and as I have told you, as human beings have bear their teeth twice in their life, so it is called as diphyodont. Means the dentation of human beings. Dentation means the arrangement of teeth. So dentation of human beings, so diphyodont means they have the teeth twice in their life. Once is milk teeth, which is 20 in numbers, and once permanent teeth, that is 32 in number, and that 32 teeth persist till death, and sometimes we may remove the teeth due to some problem. So the teeth they are present inside our mouth are of four types. Four types of teeth. Four types of teeth. First is your incisor. Incisor. Then your canine. Then premolar. Incisor, canine, premolar and molar. So these teeth are arranged in different numbers. So they are called as dental formula. It means 2, 1, 2, 3 upon 2, 1, 2, 3 is the dental formula. It means 2 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 3, 8. 8 in each side means if we see our teeth, this contain from this teeth to here it is contain 8, then 8, then 8 and 8. 8 4s are 32. So this is just gives the one side of our mouth, this side, 8 upon 8. And this also contains the same, that's why. Incisor is 2, canine is 1 in one side, remember in one side, in the this is on the upper side, upper jaw of one side. This is lower jaw of one side. So they will represent only one side, means this is upper, this is lower. So the incisor is 2 in one side and 2 in another side. If we consider the whole upper jaw, then total number of incisor is 4. Then your canine in the upper jaw is 1, it means 2. Then premolar is 2, it means 4. Then molar is 3, it means 6. So what is the function of incisor? Incisor help us to bite the food, to incise. Then canine teeth is also called as dog teeth, which is used for tearing those organisms who are carnivorous, means who eat meat. They have well developed canine teeth. If you see tigers and lions, you can see all the teeth are pointed. This is canine. And this type of teeth is called as your incisor. Incisor teeth is for tearing, cutting. This is for incise. Then canine is for tearing of meat. Then premolar and molar help in grinding the food. Means while we are taking food, then we move it towards our buccal cavity, means inside the inner part of the mouth for grinding. After grinding, we will deglute the food, means खाना को हम निगल जाते हैं, deglutition, निगलना. So incisor, canine, premolar, molar are arranged on one side of the jaw, upper jaw and lower jaw is 2, 1, 2, 3 upon 2, 1, 2, 3, which is called as dental formula. This is called as dental formula. So if the question will ask write the dental formula, you can write 2, 1, 2, 3 upon 2, 1, 2, 3. And these teeth are help in the mastication of food. Here another term comes, mastication. Mastication means chewing. Mastication means chewing. Chewing of food. So all these teeth, whether it is incisor, it is canine, it is premolar or it is molar, they all are help in the mastication of the food. Again, as I have told you about the tongue has many papillae. Papillae are the buds. If you see your tongue in front of the mirror, then you can see small bud-like structures. They are small circle-like structures, means they are rough in structure. They are called as papillae. And on the papillae there are taste buds. If you feel your tongue like this, then you can see some rough substances to be found, or it will feel like a rough surface. So they are called as the papillae. Papillae on which taste buds are present. So this is about tongue. I have explained about tongue and about teeth. Then salivary gland, we will study about salivary gland later. After studying about the alimentary canal, then we will study about different type of gland. Still I am explaining whether salivary gland is present in 3 pairs inside our mouth, and their main function is to secrete salivary amylase which help in the digestion of carbohydrate. So students, we have completed mouth. Then we will study about the different parts of alimentary canal in our next class. For today, this is all about your introduction to digestion and absorption.